Welcome to Mariners Fan Central.
Jeff Passan just dumped a bucket of ice water on any lingering hope we had of seeing Bo Bichette in a Mariners uniform this season. And when I say ice water, I mean absolute zero. The update I got earlier today, straight from the ESPN Insider pipeline, is brutal in its bluntness. Passan was categorical. The chances of Bo Bichette landing in Seattle are 0%. Zero, not unlikely, not doubtful, but zero. For anyone tracking the front office's moves in Seattle, this sounds exactly like the hollow thud of a bat breaking in a clutch moment. We knew that after the heavy lifting to acquire Josh Naylor, the wallet was going to be tighter, but hearing from the most trusted source in MLB that the door is slammed shut hurts, especially when staring at the gaping hole we still have in the infield, specifically at second and third base. What strikes me here isn't just the denial, but the logic backing it up. Passan indicated this 0% probability has been the reality since the start of the offseason. The only, and I mean only, variable that could shift this landscape is a total collapse of Bichette's market, driving his price down to bargain bin levels. But let's be real and analyze this coldly. We are talking about a talent like Bichette. Even coming off a down year or dealing with injuries, his ceiling is too high for him to become a clearance rack item. The Mariners front office under Jerry DiPoto seems to have drawn a hard red line on the budget post-Naylor trade, and that line clearly doesn't encompass the premium salary, a shortstop or second baseman of Bichette's caliber commands. This conservative stance raises immediate red flags about how we plan to address that defensive and offensive void up the middle. The internal narrative appears to be relying on internal options or seeking bargain basement solutions, which is maddening for a fan base that has seen this team get close so many times, only to fail due to a lack of lineup depth. If the strategy is wait for the market to crash, we are playing a dangerous game. Passan was clear, if the price drops, interest returns, but waiting for an elite player's market to crumble isn't a strategy, it's hope. And hope is for us in the stands. The front office needs to be executing. The message is loud and clear. The big money has been spent, and unless something bizarre happens, we aren't seeing another star walking through that door for the infield. Even in the hypothetical scenario where Bo Bichette's market value nosedives, the illusion that Seattle would be alone in the race is naive. Teams like the Boston Red Sox, San Francisco Giants, and the Blue Jays themselves are watching this with microscopes. If the price drops, these franchises, who historically aren't afraid to open the checkbook, will jump the line thinking the Mariners would win a bargain. Bidding war against Boston's financial muscle or San Francisco's desperation ignores the current league dynamics. The competition is fierce. If he gets cheap, everyone wants him. And then we circle back to the original problem. The M's reluctance to enter bidding wars. While the Bichette door closes, another one opens, albeit with much less fanfare. The signing of Rob Refsnyder is the classic definition of a DiPoto move. We bring in a veteran ex-Red Sox and Yankee with a very specific toolkit, mashing left-handed pitching. Refsnyder possesses that special ability, a platoon split that makes him valuable in specific tactical spots. Is it a smart signing? Analytically, yes, he fills a bench need and offers protection against southpaws, something our lineup has struggled to combat for years. But let's not kid ourselves by pretending this moves the needle the way an everyday impact starter would. Refsnyder is a cog in the machine, a solid depth piece, not the solution to the lack of consistent production in the middle of the order on a daily basis. This is where the board's strategy becomes transparent and, frankly, concerning. We are betting on matchups and peripheral stats rather than consolidated raw talent. The arrival of Refsnyder signals the team is assembling a puzzle of moving parts for the outfield and utility spots, while the hole in the starting infield keeps screaming for attention. The cold analysis is this: we have a competitive team, yes, but the refusal to stretch the budget to secure a name like Bichette puts immense pressure on Josh Naylor and Julio Rodriguez to carry this offense on their backs. We are heading into a season where the margin for error is going to be razor thin. The front office chose financial caution after the Naylor move, shutting the door on Bichette and doubling down on complementary pieces like Refsnyder. It's a high-risk bet that depends on everything going right internally. Now, I want to hear from you, M's fans. Do you trust that a platoon approach with Rob Refsnyder and the current roster is enough to push us into the playoffs, or did the front office blunder by letting the chance to fight for Bichette slip away regardless of the cost? Drop your brutally honest opinion in the comments right now. If you want the unfiltered truth about the Mariners, subscribe to the channel now, because the hot stove is still burning and I'll be here covering every angle